Alright guys, here you go. Went by the old store, picked up some, where were those? 2 wide, I believe, by 3 U-bolts, cheap as can be. Pulled the ROPS off the tractor, got it sitting here for mock-up, and got me one of these here, one of these cheap as can be fans off of Amazon. It's probably like $12–13 free shipping. I found out if you mount it where the open parts at the bottom, it doesn't work worth a shit no matter if you reverse it or not. So I'm going to mount it up and I'll end up putting some kind of screen or something over it. So now I got to make the brackets so I can use these to hold it on, and also who knows, later maybe we might make a shield that comes over, it covers up a little bit and provides a little bit of shade. But well, let's get to it. I got some scrap steel because as always I'm cheap as shit, so I'm going to use some scrap steel. Okay, for the first measurement I'm going to do is I want it kind of wide here because I'm going to use these U-bolts going through. So I'm going to cut this at 16. 16 should give me enough. Past the width of this, it's only like 12.5. I guess I could do, yeah, I'll do, this tubing I'm going to use is only 2 inch by 1 inch, so with it standing up, 15 should be good. So I'm going to use 15. I'm going to cut me a piece that's 15 off here. We're going to use the trusty plasma cutter on this one. You know what? We won't use a plasma cutter. We'll just use a cutoff wheel. Any kids watching this video, this is not the way you use a grinder. You should have a shield on there. Don't do like I do. Okay, so now we have that piece cut. I hate this saying, went ahead. I just went and put it up here and set it just to get an idea, because everything I build, there's nothing that has a plan. I just go as I you know, kind of like free form, I guess. So I'm going to build a square frame, and it's got these tabs that are going to be easy to drill through there and mount them. It's got a place on the side here. You can move these tabs. You can move them there or there. But I think across there and there will be okay. So I got to come out halfway from this, measure between this and this. Actually, since this is 1 inch, halfway across, and then cut my sides next. So I just rested it on this, kind of give me an idea of the distance here without trying to do math, because we all know I'm dumb as a brick. So, so I just took my measurement in there, got 12 and a quarter. I'm not dumb if I don't know quarters, halves, 16ths, and 30 seconds and whatnot. So I got 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter. So I'm going to cut two pieces, 12 and a quarter. And then I'll go ahead and measure across, and we'll figure out the other pieces. Eventually I might add a canopy to this frame, so the sturdier the better, right? Alright. And through the power of camera, which I could not do, like some of these other guys on YouTube. There we go, we got these cut. We're going to set them down right over here. Get this back up on that edge there. And get our piece here just for mock up. Make sure it'll fit. Make sure it's not as square as it can be, because we're doing this out of some crap. But after we throw through welds, a few welds on those. Now this is off center a little bit because I gotta line it up and square it up. I'm just getting an idea of how far I need to go and what I need to cut next, or get it all lined up. So I'll go ahead and cut another one, same length as this, whatever that was, because I can't remember. So I guess we'll take the old trusty tape measure, 15 inches. I'll cut the top piece 15 inches off the end here, and that'll give us a nice little box. I can weld that up. I still need to come up with some kind of screen for over the top. I don't know what kind of junk we got. We got some junk in here. I'm sure we can figure out something. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this last piece, and we're going to use the most unsafe method we can here. Flip-flops, shorts, and a cutoff wheel. At least I have safety glasses on. You can give me that. Props for that, I guess. Now, a good fabricator would not just leave these open on the ends. But as we all know, I'm not a good fabricator, so they're going to be open on the ends. The thing is, we need a place for the wasp. I love wasps. I want them to make sure they have a good home to stay in. So I'm just going to leave this open on the end, so maybe in a month or two, I should have a good nest of wasp in there. So every time we get on the tractor, they can sting me. That's where I'm really looking forward to there. Whoop, a little sideways. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to put a square on this. We want to get her as close as possible, which is not probably really close. Now I'm going to throw some tacks on it. Let me move it around there. Now this stuff isn't really that critical because, well, we're working with scrap metal here. We're doing it half-assed, and nothing ever really matters too much when you're doing this kind of stuff. So, test fit her one last time, make sure she's not go between there. Yep. Gonna have plenty of room to drill some holes, mount some screws, bolt it to the frame. So from here, I can go ahead and throw a couple tacks on there. Got her a little too hot for this stuff. Now I can lay it down and weld those up a little better. Alright, so we got that all welded up to the best of my abilities, which are not very well. But like they say, a grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't. Heard that. Thanks to you guys know what part of that. So I take her up there. Guesstimate with our eyeballs here where we want to put it. Still pretty warm from welding. If I can grab my fan, I can just sit on here briefly for a test fit. And it looks like it's going to work. Got a little wiggle room. Should be strong enough that if I hit it on something, it's not just going to fall right off. So I got the outside edges, not this outside, but the inside corners all welded. So we should be good on that. Now when you're welding in flip-flops, if you start smelling a little bit like a bacon cooking smell, more than likely it's probably your feet. But I'm used to it, so it's alright. Alright, so I laid the fan on here. I took my trusty pencil wherever it has gone to. There it is. Okay. These things are awesome for marking metal. Silver Streak pencils, welder's pencils. They sell these at I think I get these at Menards. It's my local stores, and they're awesome for marking metal. So I laid the fan on here and I marked with the pencil where I need to drill my holes, did a pilot hole with the shittest bit I could find. And I think this bit maybe, this bit's even worse. Let me swap this out. Okay, now we found a drill bit. It's not the dullest thing I can find in the whole shop. Old Rockwell drill, worst drill I've ever had. Alright, so when I was digging through the old junk drawer full of nuts, bolts, and screws, found these old self-tapper, they're deck screws for like a trailer. So I drilled the hole just a little bit smaller than this, and this should be okay for what we're doing here. But because those tabs are removable, you can still pull it off if you need to do something with the fan. I guess maintenance or cleaning or whatever. And it sits right down in there, and those tabs stay behind. So now I'm going to drill a hole for my wiring to come through. The fan's going to blow out this direction, because even reversing it, even reversing it, I still wasn't getting much movement, so it's actually meant to suck, to be on a radiator, suck air through, so this way should be just fine. Now, this might be one of the more important parts when you're assembling this. You can kind of get it squared up from the bend here, how much these corners stick up past the bend of the bar, depending on where you're going to put these at. But one of the more important things of this build is to be sure that you have it mounted to the right side of the ROPS. On mine, the tabs go to the rear of the tractor. It's where the adjustment bolts that tighten it down, so this is actually mounted in the right direction. This is sure to cut my head many times, possibly have wasps living in it. We'll do some with that later, but this is just a kind of a dry run to see what we can come up with before we start mowing grass this summer and it gets hot. Okay, so I did something. Once again, don't ever do this with your tractor. I drilled a hole through this, turn my wiring. I'm going to run my wiring down through the rollover protection and down and plug it into a switch with a relay. Don't do this, very bad. Do not cut or weld or drill on your ROPS. Wasn't as bad as that would be. But that's not the hardest part. On this ROPS, it used to rattle and drove me nuts. So I got washers that I need to fit in between here on both sides to snug that up a little bit. Because it gets to be quite annoying when a ROPS rattles. But now you just go ahead and put your bolts back in. Is it ugly as hell? Yeah. Do I still need to paint it? Make a screen for the top? Sure do. But she's on there solid. And the ROPS is mounted back up. Now, some of you people might have, this is an LS brand tractor. This slop right here, it would rattle and rattle and rattle no matter how tight you get it. So I just went and put a washer in between this. And you can see the larger gap on this side. It has a washer too. Takes care of some of that slop. Now on this particular LS tractor, just for testing purposes, I'm not going to use this. This has another 2 leads back here with a key on. They're both, one's powered, one's ground. It's like the same as what goes this light. These LS tractors, this has got a light in the back, but it's got a button on the back of it. So I need to mount a rocker switch and a relay. And I'll just go and I'll get one that fits the same style, and I'll put it right here on this for the fan. But just for now, let's see how it works. Feels pretty good right here. It's got a little bit of a dead spot in the center right at the top of your head, and you can lean back and forward and you can feel the air coming down. But that should be pretty nice come this summer. It's actually enough to blow the shirt around. That should be pretty nice come this summer when I'm out mowing, because I really don't want a canopy, because I know if I had a canopy, hauling this thing down the highway or hauling this thing anywhere, I'd have to take the canopy off and on. And also, it's pretty sturdy. Just to give you guys an idea of how sturdy this thing is. So I could probably hit that with a tree limb or two, and it's not going anywhere as long as the ROPS don't fold over. And once I make a screen for the top of it, It should keep any leaves or anything like that from falling in it and ruining the fan. But okay guys, until next time, I'll do I guess an update with how I do the relay and where it's from. I'm pretty sure there's some extra relays on this tractor that I could tap into to power this. Alright guys, till next time. Okay, so my first thoughts on this after getting this project completed here is that if it's windy outside, which probably not going to use it when it's windy outside. When it's windy outside, the air coming to you blows whatever it's putting out away. In hindsight, which I might adjust it, come out a little further.